Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI on internet television.
There's a world that needs answers. They go for wrong and think it's right. It's downright disturbing, but I'ma carry this light. You illuminate the night, bring truth to the slave. You reveal the hidden treasures, redirect them from the grave. Drive on the passenger, flow through the vision. We off in the sunset, heavy on a mission. Bon voyage to the entourage, fear and tradition. It's you and me daily. You and my provision. You the lead, I'm the sidekick. Pedal to the metal, got my shield and my sword. As we headed to the battle where they can't cruise.
Cameras rolling, action.
Hello, everybody. This is Lekeisha on the Lekeisha Mosley Show, and I'm so excited to have the amazing author Nelson Brown with us on the Lekeisha Mosley Show, where he's going to go into detail about himself. He is an author. He is a Baltimorean. He's going to go in detail about that, and I'm so excited. So we're going to go in a little background on Nelson. So Nelson, I want one question for you. Who is Nelson?
I would definitely say that Nelson E. Brown is not only an author, but he's also a student at the University of Maryland in Baltimore County, studying sociology. He is employed at the Maryland Department of the Environment's Lead Poisoning Prevention Program. He's a small group facilitator at the Messiah Community Church, and he's also an entrepreneur, and he's an up-and-coming radio show host himself with a new show called The Beauty in Us Radio with Awesome God Radio.
I love that. That is truly amazing. You really have a lot going on for yourself. Let me know a little bit about your background. Like, where did you grow up with your neighborhood in Baltimore?
Well, I actually grew up in Randallstown, Maryland. I was raised by a single mother. So my childhood, I had a pretty good childhood growing up. Like I said, I was raised in Randallstown. I attended public and private schools. I graduated from the Western School of Technology and Environmental Science, and my magnet program was environmental science. And now I'm pursuing a career in the healthcare industry and in business at UMBC and with my place of employment. But I definitely think that my personal life and my professional life is a part of the reason why I started this journey, because a lot of people see the professional side of me, which is the side of me that people see when I get good grades, or when I make academic achievements, or me having perfect attendance all through school, K through 12, receiving awards for community service, saving and investing into my extracurricular activities, or my finances and different things of that nature, knowing how to get things done, working hard. People see that side, but the personal side is the side that nobody had the opportunity to see while I was growing up, which is the side of me that is very insecure, the side of me that struggled with self-esteem issues. And that's a part of the reason why I started my book series and my book publishing business, The Beauty in Us, because I wanted to give other young men and boys that platform and that opportunity to just be vulnerable and to pour their hearts out and just lay them out on the table. So that was the perfect vehicle. I thought it was the perfect vehicle to get that done.
That is amazing. You're a well-rounded young man. Tell me what made you pick business, because that is huge. That is a big area, as far as a platform of employment. Tell me what transpired you for being that in your town.
Well, I actually, I wanted to start, and I did start back in 2018 when I wrote my first book, The Beauty in Us, Our Reality. I started out as a sole proprietor, and I'm still a sole proprietor of my business. I just started out, in the book publishing business. I was only 19 years old at the time. And I released my second book, The Beauty in Us, Vulnerable Masculinity, earlier this year in February. And I have two more in the works for next year. But I started this book publishing business, like I said before, it's because I wanted to give other people, mainly young men and boys, that platform to share their vulnerabilities, because I noticed that there were no young men at all in the media that were open and transparent about their struggles with their self-esteem issues in the same way, females were. So that's why I made the initiative, and I decided to start the business of, publishing books. Later on down the line, I would really love to continue to write and continue to self-publish, but I also want to give myself the opportunity to discover other authors and to promote their work, and not just my own, and just as a way of giving back.
That is amazing. It truly is. Honestly, just going on that path of entrepreneurship, while you're in school, while you're getting your education, is truly phenomenal. And so many young people, so many people just like yourself that look at you and they want to be that. I don't know if they went to school with you. I don't know if they went, as far as college, as far as high school, how they knew you, maybe growing up, when you were a young man, when you were in elementary school, they are watching you. Tell me, how do you feel about that? Because that is truly an amazing accomplishment. So tell me how you feel about that.
Well, I definitely think that a lot of my classmates and even people in my peer group, a lot of them are really shocked and surprised in a good way, because I was considered to be really, really reserved and quiet growing up. I was never the type of student that always wanted to be the center of attention. I was always a hardworking student. Everybody knew who I was. But like I said, I was just kind of like the shy and reserved type. And I guess sometimes when you do accomplish things and when you do make an impact on others in a positive manner, sometimes people don't really see your potential, because you're not like everybody else in terms of you wanting to be accepted, wanting to be out in the open, and wanting to be the center of attention, or just being a standout. So I felt like I was definitely overlooked a lot, not just by my peers, but by some educators, because I don't think that they recognized my full potential because of who I was as a person, who I was as a little boy growing up and growing into a young man. And they didn't really see every single side of me that everybody else saw. And they didn't really, sometimes I feel like they didn't really give themselves an opportunity. But now that they do see, I think that they appreciate me more and they respect me a lot more. And I was always me. I never thought about it. I was just being Nelson.
That's amazing. You were transparent. You were just being yourself. It may have not been just, I wouldn't say, the popular group, right? As far as, some of the youngsters, as far as your adolescents, they may have felt that you should have been more popular, but at the same time, you had a goal, you had a dream, to be more than what you were. Growing up in Baltimore was something, and you say you grew up with your mom. How was that growing up with your mom in Baltimore?
Well, I definitely think that growing up with my mom, it was definitely amazing. And she's my number one supporter. She has supported me in every step of the way. She's always been there. I think that a part of the journey is that I think that a lot of people do have a lot more respect for her now. A lot of her colleagues, a lot of her friends, a lot of other relatives, and just people that she knows. A lot of them, I feel like they do respect her a lot more now, because they see what kind of young man I am, and they actually have the opportunity to just follow what I'm doing, and they see what I'm doing. But I think that also, I think that a part of that is because a lot of people don't really appreciate, and this is just my perspective, I don't feel like they acknowledge single mothers enough, especially in particular Black single mothers raising Black boys into Black men. I really don't think that a lot of people acknowledge that as much as I think they should. So I think that people didn't really recognize, who I was and who we were until they had the opportunity to see my progress and all of my achievements. Between me winning Author of the Year, between me receiving service awards for community service, having perfect attendance throughout school, getting all these forms of recognition, accomplishing things at a very young age, that many people, even like who are old enough to be my parents, haven't accomplished. So I definitely think that she's played an important role into who I am today. So I'm definitely blessed to have that.
That truly is a blessing. I love that you pretty much highlight your mom in a praise, platform. As far as what you had, what you experienced, being in Baltimore. I noticed that Baltimore is different, right? Baltimore may not they may not have had country clubs, right? So, how did you feel about that? Just being in the environment where lack was pretty much the dominant focus.
I definitely think that being involved in extracurricular activities and, in a sense, keeping yourself busy and preoccupied with positive things definitely was definitely beneficial for me. Growing up, I was always active. I was either playing sports, or I was always involved in like clubs and organizations that sparked my interest at the time. So I was able to adapt to those types of environments, because a lot of times in a lot of disadvantaged communities, there aren't really outlets for kids and young adults. A lot of times it appears as though drugs and alcohol, or just the road of destruction in general, is the only option. But I just chose to take a different route, and like I said, I was able to adapt to a lot of the environments where, like, I was able to make a difference and I was able to make an impact, and through clubs and organizations and just staying active in sports, that sparked my interest, and that is why I think I was able to just stay out of trouble and to just focus on making progress and moving forward. I was always the person that stuck by the rules. I was always the kid that people looked at as being a role model, or just people just wondered why I was the way I was. I didn't think about it at the time. I was just being myself. But it definitely, I definitely understand what a lot of young people are going through, as far as not having an outlet, not having the support system, and just not having that structure or any type of discipline. So that's what I'm thankful for as well.
Wow, that's a lot to be thankful for, honestly. Just you, your community, and just people that are watching you that you don't see that's watching you, right? I mean, that's a great platform, to have. How do you feel about that, as far as your mother, as far as what she had, just being a single mom, not having a dad in the home? I mean, do you know your father, and how did he experience this as well?
Well, I actually think that a part of the reason why I made the decision to right now I'm definitely still in therapy. I'm still trying to unpack a lot of issues I have in regards to me having an absent father, and then having an absent stepfather, and just putting my faith and my trust in people, even like after them, and in some cases even before them, just putting my trust in people and just putting my faith and my belief in people that I feel like they kind of broke my heart or broke promises, or just they weren't really supportive in the way that I felt like they should have been, or they shouldn't have been present. They should have been present when they weren't on several occasions. So I think that my level of trust has definitely been shattered by several people. They're just two examples, but because it honestly hurts the most from them. And I used to just suppress it because I figured that I have a professional life, I have other things to accomplish. I'm just going to put that on the back burner, and I'm just going to just move forward in my career and in my pursuits, and it's not going to affect me. But in reality, I feel like it does. I've been in therapy before, back in high school for it, but I still feel like in my personal life, as far as just that fear of failure, that fear of not being the best person, because I want to get married and have children one day, and I'm always I feel like at first, I felt like that's not something that I wanted because I didn't really know what it looked like, from a husband's perspective or from a dad's perspective, because they were absent and they were inconsistent. So at first I didn't know, I didn't want that because I didn't know what it looked like. But now I do want it. And now, like I said, I see where the problem is, because I am always going to be comparing, you know, that relationship that failed to mine and several others, because I just feel like I just really don't. I felt like in a sense I didn't know any better, but like I said, I want to grow and I want to learn, and I can see where I'm just stuck, and that is what's impeding my progress. And that's when, like I said, I want to feel confident in my personal life in the same way I feel about my professional life. And I don't want to just grow old, and I don't want to be bitter and unhappy because of that, and because fear, because of fear and failure. It prevents me from going after what I want and just accomplishing things.
Wow, I really love your story. I love everything about you. What do you have to give to someone, young man just like yourself, as far as examples, as far as what should they achieve, moving forward when they may not have had that father, or that, mentor, at, the age that they're at? What do you have to tell them?
Well, I would definitely encourage them to, whenever they can, just speak to someone about it, to talk about it with someone they trust. You can always have mentors. You can always have, from a male's perspective, you can always have a mentor. You can always have an uncle. You can always have a pastor or a coach or someone to speak with about that. And you can have that positive influence. You can find that positive influence in someone else, because I did. I had mentors, I had coaches, I had a pastor, and I have uncles, but there was that void that was still inside. That part of me still felt incomplete, and right now it still feels incomplete, because I'm 21 years old now, and it's almost like now I see my past like coming back, and just in a sense, just it's just in my face, saying that I have to deal with these issues that I still have, that I've been putting on the back burner. So I would definitely encourage that young man or that little boy to just find someone they trust and confide in, and to just speak with them about it, and also to seek therapy or professional help for it, so that they can heal and move forward. And I'm not going to say that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm still in therapy, and I'm still trying to work things out myself. But I feel like I'm still able to give the tools that I feel as though little boys need or young men need, so that they can move forward as well on my journey too. That's why I want to touch the lives of other young men through my struggles and through my pursuits and through my journeys, because it's not easy all the time.
Yeah, I love that. I love how you're just transparent in who you are. You're pulling from, the people that supported you, in your walk. And I mean, that's truly amazing. A lot of people, believe it or not, may not have had that, right? You had more than some have had, for that young man, who's looking at you, who aspires to be just like you. What is the one phrase that you would give them? What is the one example, that you have achieved? What is that one thing that you would give them that they need to hear right now from Nelson Brown?
Well, I have a few examples. One example is an elementary school math teacher of mine said that, math was not my thing, but I work at the Maryland Department of the Environment right now. He said that when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and now I work for that agency. Another example is that my English teacher said that I was going to be reading several books at a time, and now I'm an author. He said that to me when I was in elementary and middle school. Another example is that, my high school math teacher said that I needed to take remedial courses, and I'm still, thriving, through many pursuits, through radio, through book publishing, working at the Department of the Environment, being a facilitator, and just having that platform. one of my science teachers in high school said that I wasn't going to succeed if I didn't take her AP course, to prepare me. And now, since I'm in the public eye, I don't really need that course anymore. And now, since I'm getting my feet wet and in the door in the world of, jobs and in the world of in the workforce, I should say, I don't really need it. So I'm just continuing to move forward, because I've had bumps in the road. I have moments where I just get frustrated and I feel like I fall apart, and I have my moment. I just sit there. I may cry, I may wail, and I just have my moment, but I pick myself back up and I move forward and I just persevere. So I know that I can't let, bumps in the road stop me and just impede my progress forever.
Wow, Nelson, you're an amazing young man. Honestly, you're an inspiration to so many, and I'm so thankful to have you on the Lekeisha Mosley Show. You have to let us know how we can stay connected with you and all of your projects, all of your achievements. Let us know how we can stay connected with you.
Okay. Well, I'm always active on social media. So if you want to follow my work, and if you want to see me grow on this journey, I would definitely encourage all of the listeners and the viewers to subscribe to my YouTube page. I created a new YouTube page with Awesome God Radio, The Beauty in Us Radio. It airs every Tuesday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. on Awesome God Radio. So I've created YouTube, Facebook Live, and Periscope so that people can watch it live and then revisit, that page when they want to see shows that they've missed, or that they want to catch up on. My username for Instagram is Nelson E. Brown. My Facebook page is at Nelson Brown. And on LinkedIn and Twitter, it's Nelson E. Brown and Nelson Brown. So I'm very active on social media. So if they want to follow my work and if they want to follow my journey as I continue to progress and as I continue to climb the ladder, I would encourage them to follow those pages. And I'm currently developing my website right now. I've jotted down a lot of ideas, so now it's just the matter of just putting that into motion, and so that I can gain more exposure for my business and for my platform and for my brand that I'm trying to create. So I would definitely, and also if people want to connect with me directly, they can email me at brownnelsone@gmail.com. And I am good at responding, with emails. So I would encourage them to email me with any questions or concerns that they have, or if they want to invest in my work, or if they want to appear on my show. I'm open to ideas and I'm open to others.
Wow, Nelson, this is an amazing, amazing opportunity to talk to you again. I look forward to the next time. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We got to get this thing together here.
I know what you're talking about.
We got to let them know that they got to give God the praise.
Got to do that.
All they got to do is get up.
And get their praise on.
Right here.
Praise the Lord, come do this. Come praise the Lord, clap your hands. If you believe He made you free, just move your feet to the beat. Come praise the Lord and sing your song. Come praise the Lord, everyone. If you believe He made you free, just move your feet to the beat.
When I think about all you done for me,
When I think about your love that made me free,
when I think about it, I just wave my hand.
get up off my feet and start to do my dance. Oh yeah.
Come on,
Clap your hands.
Come on and lift your hands.
Made you free, just
come on and get your praise
If you
on.
believe it,
and sing your song. Praise the Lord, everyone.
come on with me.
Made you free,
Oh
just
yeah,
move your feet
yeah.
to the beat.
I've got to tell the world you've been good to me.
Got to tell the world about this praise in me.
I've got to tell the world how you make me feel.
God was praising me and I just can't be still. Oh
Do this.
Come
Praise
on.
the Lord, clap your hands.
no. Come on and get your praise
Just
on.
move your feet to the beat.
You dance.
Praise the Lord and sing your song.
If you believe it, come on with me.
Come on.
Just move your feet to the beat.
Got this praise.
Praising me.
It's praising me. Got to tell.
Tell the world.
shouting just how good he's been to me. Clap your hands, come on. Do your dance, clap your hands, come on.
Get your praise on.
Come on and praise him.
Come on and get your praise on.
Come on, you gotta get up. Come on and get your praise on. Everybody get on your feet, just shout cause he made you free. Everybody get on your feet, just shout cause he made you free. Oh yeah.
I wanna dance.
I wanna sing.
Lift up my hands.
I got to shout.
Move side to side.
Move your feet.
I wanna dance.
Come on and sing.
I wanna sing.
Come on and shout.
Lift up my hands.
Lift up my hands. Oh yeah. Come on y'all.
Come on, y'all.
Hey.
It's the Holy Ghost party.
Dance. Come on. Come on y'all. Get up. Gotta shout.
I don't think they heard us.
I don't think so. Somebody needs to be moving like this.
Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI on internet television.
There's a world that needs answers. They go for wrong and think it's right. It's downright disturbing, but I'ma carry this light. You illuminate the night, bring truth to the slave. You reveal the hidden treasures, redirect them from the grave. Drive on the passenger, flow through the vision. We off in the sunset, heavy on a mission. Bon voyage to the entourage, fear and tradition. It's you and me daily, you are my provision. You the lead, I'm the sidekick, pedal to the metal. Got my shield and my sword, as we headed to the battle where the king cruised.
You know, we got to get this thing together here.
I know what you're talking
We
about.
got to let them know that they got to give God the praise.
Got to do that.
All they got to do is get up
And get their praise on.
right here.